lovelies, welcome back to the channel. Are we going to be working on Mischief Maker? No, we have a big day today, but first we have a problem that we need to solve. You guys can see we have the tub for the Scottish hammer here, we have the chassis over there, and in this room we have a whole room full of parts ready for the Scottish hammer. Today, axles are arriving for that vehicle. We don't have a forklift and I don't want axles on the ground. We just spent so long cleaning the whole shop up. It's looking pretty spiffingly good if you ask me, and I just don't want any mess anywhere. So we have to build an axle stand. Not a separate one, not one that just holds one, but one that holds three. Let me explain. Obviously, the Scottish hammer needs axles front and rear, so they're coming, and we have a new front axle coming for Nessie. It's a little complicated to explain right now. I'm going to explain that when we start working on Nessie in another episode. Oh, and just before we head off to Schultz's to go get metal to make that stand, Fergus is alive and kicking. He's loving the shop a little bit more, right, Walter?
Definitely more than he was when we first got him.
Exactly. So, yeah, a lot of you have been asking, where's Fergus? Hashtag, where is Fergus? Hashtag, Fergus is here. Shop dog. All right, let's hop on in the truck and get the materials we need. After a quick trip to Schultz's, we have everything that we need. We're just getting set up right now. This is how I like to use the adjustable table. So we have our piece of material right here. We have our bench, working bench over there. Now we're just gonna adjust this to make it perfectly level. Oh. Whoa, we're almost there. Perfect. If you never thought of doing that, you're welcome. Okay, here is what I'm thinking. We have our base. Boom, boom. Excuse my drawings, they are pretty terrible. We're gonna have casters on here. Boom, boom. Then what I wanna do, move it down already, is have two pieces on either side that go like so. Sure. Boom, boom. Okay, and then we're obviously going to have a piece. Let's go up a little bigger here, a little bigger here. We're gonna have a piece along the top like this. Obviously, I'm gonna have to do some cutting, but you're getting the idea so far. Then what I want to do is have pieces, smaller pieces, up on an angle like this. 1, 2, to hold the axle, and I want to gusset this right here. So we're going to have space for 4 axles. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I do want to make a piece up here for another axle here to work on. So that's essentially what we are looking at. Now, all of this material I want to use 3 by 1.5 and 1/8 wall. Measurement wise, here is what I'm thinking. So the gussets, I want them to be 3 inches. So we're gonna need 3 inches. We're gonna need 8 of those. I want the shelving part right here, boop, boop, to be 12 inches, I think is what I said. And I'm gonna need 8 of those also. I want these pieces right here to be 30 inches. So I'm gonna need 4 of those. The base, I want it to be 48. inches, so we'll need 2 of those. And I'm also gonna have cross members in here also, and I want them to be 27 inches, and I want 2 of those also. I'm pretty happy with that design. It's just time to get cutting everything now. Normally, we just work with the one bandsaw that we have right here. But I am kind of excited because we have the new Hercules variable speed bandsaw. I just grabbed a 24 tooth blade that we need to install on this, and it's cordless. I could have really used this when we were building Nessie, but don't worry, we'll have plenty of use for it, especially with the Scottish hammer. Okay, so the first ones we're gonna cut are the 48-inch base pieces. We need 2 of those. We're gonna mark them off, scribe them, get them cut, and then move on to the next. 48 too long?
That's bigger than the axle stand that we have right now. That's crazy. It's crazy. Well, we were drunk when we did that. We must have been drunk. That's crazy. So we're gonna redo that.
Well, things have changed
Not a lot.
in the 2 seconds since we've cut some material. We have decided, instead of the first design, we shall go with a second one.
A new design.
A new one, which is just the one-sided. So it'll hold 2 axles, really 3, it can hold one on the top as well. But we do already have an axle stand that's pretty high, so if we need to work on stuff, we can do that.
The idea is that things aren't in the way, so if we make it smaller, it can fit under tables, it could be out of the way, if it's not full, if it doesn't have axles on it, it could be somewhere else, it's not a problem. We could use it to put other things on, like
materials,
tubing. So yeah, we're gonna make it just a tiny bit smaller and not as stout as we were.
You can tell just how more comfortable I am with this welder by the sound of the welds coming out. It is so more consistent. I'm very, very happy with this project. Okay, so everything is welded up here and we are ready for the next step. Now, whilst I've been welding my little butt off over here, Walter has been making some awesome brackets that are gonna hold those axles. All right, Walter.
All right, I know they don't look like much, but so these brackets are slightly thicker than the material that we use for the base. And the way they're gonna work is they are gonna attach to the frame, and what we've done is we've made a relief cut using that brand new Harbor Freight that actually came in perfect handy because we didn't have a tool that could help us do this before, or at least not easily. It would have been kind of a pain in the butt to do it. But the way they're going to attach the frame is essentially like this, and the reason we did that relief cut is because we now can weld around the bottom, the inside, the top, and there's more weld surface area to go all the way around here, and we even put 2 holes for plug welds. So, overkill, like serious overkill. But that makes me feel good because it's gonna be holding axles, so that's good.
All right, time for me to get my welding hood back on and get back to it. It is a couple days later. The axles being held up in Las Vegas, but that's okay because we have our casters to throw on here. Are they humongous? Of course. Are they overkill? Probably a tad, but never mind. Let's get these things on here. I'm so excited to get this final step done. So I had to grind down the welds on the bottom so that I was able to put the flat plate of the caster against that nicely. We got to mark the holes. We got to drill them with a small drill bit and then a 1/2 inch drill bit. Pop those bolts all the way through and ta-da, we should be done. Like in this bit. Have it. We have the biggest, baddest, overbuilt axle stand you've ever seen, but I absolutely love it. The rest is going to be on Walt. The axle should be here tomorrow, but the next time you see this stand, you'll be able to see exactly what we're going to be putting on the Scottish hammer. Now, I gotta go. I got a ride to do, so thanks for watching.